To introduce my colleague from Connecticut's 5th District, which Newtown is in, Congresswoman Esty.
Thank you to Robin, and thank you to my colleagues, to Senator Blumenthal, Senator Murphy, to my good friend, Congressman Thompson, to Leader Pelosi, who has helped lead this fight, and to Newtown Action Alliance. Sadly, I've come to know these folks incredibly well, and I love them dearly, but I wish this were not why I've gotten to know them so well. And thank you most of all to Carlos. And I hope you give me a permission, because I'm a mother of a 24-year-old, a 21-year-old son, and an 18-year-old son. And every time I look at him, I think how my sons would be grieving if their sister was killed. And that is what's at stake. That is what's at stake. It is our sons and our daughters. Are we going to stand up for our sons and our daughters, and our mothers and our wives and our husbands and our fathers? I'm just thinking about the 9 months that have transpired since I first got news of what was happening in the town of Newtown, in the heart of my congressional district. And in that time, mass shooting after mass shooting, killing, murder after murder, suicide after suicide, till we almost become numb. And as Senator Blumenthal said, is this the new normal? This cannot become the new normal. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Across America, we have Americans who have lost sons and daughters. 8,000 since Newtown. And yet, what happens here? Nothing. 8,000 people and nothing. Look at these pictures. Everyone a precious life. Everyone loved by a circle of families and friends and coworkers and neighbors. That is why it's touching every American. Think about that. 30,000 people a year. Many more injured. That is the price we are paying for political inaction. And it has got to stop. You know, there's a saying that time heals all wounds. Look at these people. Time does not heal wounds. Action does. Action is what heals wounds. Action to vindicate that we are responsive to their pain, to their loss, to our pain, and to our loss as a country. That we have stood by idly. Elected leaders have stood by idly in the face of this epidemic, in the face of this sickness. Because it is a sickness that we allow this to happen when we know better. It is a sickness that we allow this to happen when we know background checks work. Why don't we do them in Congress? We know these things work, and yet we don't do them. As Americans, we cannot accept that this is the new normal. We cannot accept that our elected leaders will not enact enhanced background checks. We should not accept that 30 people in America are gunned down. That is not acceptable, whether it's in Chicago or Aurora, whether it's in Newtown, or whether it is a mile and a half from here in a secured setting. And yet, members of the Senate say, it doesn't change our calculation. All right? The American people are going to need to change their calculation. People like Newtown Action Alliance, folks like Mom Demands Action, Brady Campaign, Americans need to stand up and push from the bottom and say, this is not okay, not good enough. We need to stand up. We need to take action. Do I know how long this will take? No, I do not. But history is on our side. Right is on our side. We will not give up. NRA message to you, we aren't going away. We are not giving up. And sadly, our numbers are growing every day. And every day there's inaction, our numbers grow. And we are going to be stronger and stronger, and this will happen. And it will happen with the help of the American people, with the help of the courageous leaders, and sadly, but importantly, with the help of the testimony and the pain and the reminder of the price that we pay for not acting. Thank you all for your efforts. And again, time does not heal these wounds. Action will. And I call on my colleagues in the House of Representatives to call this bill up for a vote. Our American people, our families, our loved ones deserve better than this. They deserve protection. They deserve action. Thank you very much.